日本ファルコムコーポレーション
Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out ENG-Ys Origin on, or running on PlayStation 5. This is a PlayStation 4 game. Is there something else to this? Yeah, we covered this game on, or we covered a little bit of this game on the Switch, but this is, this is where they did the original conversion. So it did appear on the PlayStation systems first, and then was moved over to the Switch. I have a feeling with the situation with PlayStation in Japan nowadays, that's probably going to change. Their premier, Falcom's premier games will probably appear on the Switch, since it's so incredibly popular over there, and then, later on the PlayStation, if at all. Kind of depends on what goes on with Sony and if they can get their numbers up for systems sold of PlayStation 5s out there. But for now, I think this is one of these games, Falcom is not really known for high technology games. Their engines are completely ancient. Resolutions run, the games that their resolutions run at are incredibly low. So when they come over to systems like the Switch and the PlayStation, they tend to do so with a few compromises because the original source material is not a high spec game. But regardless of that, I think these games mean a lot to Gen X gamers like me, especially if anybody who grew up with the PC Engine CD or the TurboGrafx CD. It's where all the love for the series came. Or if you've been primarily gaming on Japanese systems, then the system means a lot more to you. Legend of Heroes is the bigger series, strangely enough, for Falcom, even though I know them more as the East makers, which is why you see a fair number of those Legend of Heroes games. Yeah, this is the second most popular series for them. So let's check out this PlayStation 4 version running on the PlayStation 5. You can play Unica or Hugo. Unica is the main character, and Hugo, I think you should play these in order. I don't think you should play Hugo first, but yeah, let's play Unica.
Jadis, il y a eu un grand pays légendaire.
Once upon a time. Yeah, the music has always been exceedingly great in the East games.
Les terres se veillent un oiseau précieux, la perle noire, élevée de deux espèces de pouvoirs mystérieux. Avec la magie, on pouvait faire des miracles. Avec la colère, on pouvait amplifier ce pouvoir magique. Grâce à lui, on croyait que le gloire de la Is durait une éternité. Soudainement, un désastre a frappé la Is. Beaucoup de monstres démoniaques sont apparus et ont commencé d'envoyer la Is. Les forces diaboliques ont ravagé la terre tout à coup, et tous les habitants ont été acculés dans le temple de Salomon. Il semblait que c'était une fin du monde. Alors, c'est la perle noire qui a sauvé l'Ise de la reine, car elle a sauvé le temple à l'air. Mais aussitôt après le soulagement fugitif, les diables ont construit une tour. Et beaucoup de monstres avec des ailes sont partis au sanctuaire. La Ise menaçait de tomber. Qui Pierre, un événement imprévu est arrivé dans le temple de Salomon. Quelle histoire! Les déesses du mal, les symboles de la Ise sont disparus. Dans une situation désespérée, les citizens ont pris une résolution. Pour faire une équipe de recherche, ils ont fait une sélection parmi les chevaliers et les sorciers. Enfin, les saints les ont envoyés à la terre dévastée.
My whole life, I have never been able to use magic. But I made a promise long ago. I promised I would become a knight. I told myself I would guard those two with my life, just as my dad did. Please, Dad, watch over me. I swear I'll become a holy knight and keep our ladies Rhea and Fina from harm. Oh. Where am I? Let's see. Ow, my butt. Okay, focus. I joined up with the search party heading down to the surface. And then what? I remember there was a sudden impact, like we hit something or something hit us. Wait, is that? Tree of Rhoda. It is. It's really you, Rhoda Tree. You survived. You've finally awoken. You seem familiar to me. A friend of the goddesses, are you not? I am. The name's Unica Tova. Yes, I remember now. You are Priest Tova's granddaughter. Well, yes I am, but I don't really take after him all that much. I can't even use magic. You're the elder Rhoda Tree, right? How's your younger brother? Is he alright? Yes, he's fine. In fact, he's been my sole conversation partner all this time. I bet. You alls were quite the chatterbox. I must admit, when the shrine ascended, I found myself worrying about you two. I'm really glad you're both okay. The goddesses give us life, and they maintain our lives as well. These noxious fumes will never sever our bonds with them so easily. But you, Atova. When was it? I beheld a man with one companion in tow, surrounded by a horde of demons. Am I correct in assuming, then, that he, too, was of the Tova lineage? Yeah, that was my dad. He stayed behind on the surface and bought us some time to raise Solomon's Shrine. My grandpa says he couldn't have survived down here. I felt his essence disappear into the miasma. Which is not to say I witnessed his death, but I can hardly doubt his fate. So I guess Grandpa was right. Well, then I guess the book is closed on him, so now it's his daughter's time to shine. Oh? Do you seek something from this ruined land, then? Yes, we've come down to the surface in search of our ladies Rhea and Fina. A few days ago, the two of them vanished from the shrine, and no one's seen or heard from them since. I did catch sight of the goddesses. It was perhaps 3 days ago? You saw them? So, Father Shion was right. They really did come to the surface. Did you see where they went? You see that flower at the foot of Mount Precious? That horrifying tower built to bridge this ruined land with Solomon's Shrine up above? Though it is weak, I sense the essence of the goddesses in that place. What? They're in the tower? Why didn't you stop them? They sought the tower of their own volition. I saw no reason to intervene. But you know what that tower represents. Wait, they are not alone. I sense others in and around its perimeter. Your companions, I believe. Huh? Which companions? Who's over there? So, you will go to them? I will. I need to meet up with the others right away so we can bring our stray goddesses back home. You must such a danger, no ordinary outside world. Rhoda? Speak to me. Say something. I guess the gases are starting to flare up. With no magic of my own to fall back on, I'm afraid I just can't hear your voice anymore, my old friend. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina. The tower entrance. This doesn't feel right. Shouldn't there be more demons guarding the entrance? Ah! I suppose we should have expected this, considering where we are. If only we had some of the others with us, we'd be on more even footing. We'll put up a barrier and try to hold it for as long as possible. That should buy you some time to take out the demons on that side. Fewer demons means better odds, right? If I must take up arms, then so be it. Ah, aren't you? Apprentice Knight Unica Tova, at your service. Much obliged. Do what you can with these beasts, if you please. We'll take care of the demons in the room's periphery. Understood. Dino. Aeolia, come. Yes, father. Right away. The rotten creatures have turned all of our lives upside down and taken my dad away from me, so don't expect me to hold back. Let's see, these are Unica's basic movements. Attack square, jump X, jump slash, attack during the ascent of a jump, lunge attack, attack immediately after coming to a stop, up thrust attack during the ascent of a jump, a down thrust attack during the descent of a jump. So, nice and simple gameplay. Just 2 buttons. What is boost mode and how is it used? When Unica's boost gauge reaches 100%, press triangle to activate boost mode. Unica will glow and her abilities will be temporarily enhanced. Skills will cost half as much MP to use and will pack a greater punch. Unica will take only half damage when hit by enemies. Nicely done. Father Superior, and you two are, I guess there wasn't much time for introductions now, was there? I'm Dino, an acolyte of Solomon Shrine. And I'm his colleague, Aeolia. I'm Unica Tova. It's nice to meet you both. Tova? In relation to Commander Saul Tova? Oh yes, I'm his daughter. You live up to your heritage then. Your fighting style is gallant and graceful. Were I to wield a battle axe of that size, well, suffice to say, I'd have a hard time keeping my balance, let alone hitting anything. Well, you see, I can't use magic, so my strength is really all I have. Ah, I see. This young lady was kind enough to volunteer her services in search of our runaway deities, so I suggest we put forth our best effort to find them, for their sakes and for ours, and for the commander's as well. Father Superior, thank you so much. But where are the other knights? And the sorcerers? Aren't they with you? I'm afraid not. Just as the surface came in sight, our transport spell was disrupted by some outside force, intentionally, as best as I can tell. Was that the impact I felt then? It was, and whatever hit us, it blocked out all ability to control the transport, resulting in a breakdown of the entire enchantment. We were scattered in all directions and hurtled down to the surface quite unceremoniously, though it could have been much worse. Were it not for our individual barriers, the fall alone would surely have been fatal. Whatever force knocked us from the sky originated from this tower, so we've come to determine who's responsible and for what reason. That doesn't explain why you're here, though, Unica, and all alone, no less. Well, about that. Unica recounted her conversation with the Rota-Tree regarding the whereabouts of the goddesses. Could that be true? Why would they come to such a dreadful place? I can't even begin to imagine. Father, we must find them at once. Indeed, there's no time to lose. Sadly, even with our powers pooled, our fighting skills are no match for the denizens of this wicked place. We need to reassemble the search party before we can begin in earnest. Of course, you're absolutely right. May I entrust this task to you, do you know? Yes, Father, thank you. Using the rotor tree as a base, I'll search the area via transport spell and round up everyone I can find. As for you, young lady... Yes, Father Superior? There is no guarantee that a situation similar to the one we've just experienced won't reoccur. I'd like for you to remain here with us until the rest of our party arrives, keeping a watchful eye for any more uninvited guests. Oh, okay. Is something wrong? Well, I was kind of hoping you might let me do a little recon. Just in the immediate area, of course. Not too far away or anything. I'd like to get in some combat training, so I don't let down my guard if the situation gets critical. I mean, I'm just an apprentice knight, and with no magic ability whatsoever, well, I'm just kind of worried I'll get in the way, you know? Admittedly, your reasoning is sound, but I would be remiss to blindly offer consent, knowing the risks. Well, we need to learn more about this tower anyway, don't we? I mean, we barely know anything about it. Come on, please. I'm up to it. I know I am. Very well. I shall personally explain the situation to Sir Galleon upon arrival. Seriously? Oh, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. There is one condition, however. I must insist that you take this with you. Received crystal. What's this? Come over here, please. I'll show you. It's a statue of a monster. How twisted. Just watch. The crystal's power purified the demon statue. Wow, just like that. It's a goddess statue. But how? The best way to explain it would be to say that it's been returned to its original natural form. When Ys ascended, several goddesses' statues were left behind on the surface. It seems the monsters must have found one, brought it here, and changed it, though to what end I cannot say. Oh, Lady Rhea, Lady Fina, I'm sorry I said you were twisted. I didn't recognize you like that. I think it's safe to assume the other goddesses' statues have been brought here as well, and have likely met with a similar fate. Thus the crystal. If you're to scout the tower, you may well encounter the other statues, and can purify them, just as I did this one. Alright, sounds easy enough. It's kind of like a portable blessing. Ah, but that's not all. It has another function as well. It can magically transport you to any purified goddess statue within the tower in the blink of an eye. And the object itself is enchanted with this ability, so no magic will be required on your part. Sounds like a lifesaver. Thank you again, Father Superior, for your blessing and for this crystal as well. Unica, I'd like you to take this with you too. Received Lila Shell. A shell? Another magical item. In this case, it serves as a communication device, allowing us to speak with one another across any distance. No matter where you may be, just talk into the shell. Unless I'm somehow indisposed, I'll hear you. If you should find yourself in need of any assistance, please don't hesitate to make use of it. Neat. Thanks a bunch. I'll take good care of it. Before I go, Father Superior, Sister Aeolia? Yes, is there something else you need? I know I just kind of stubbornly forced my way into the search party, and now I've actually managed to convince you to let me go off on my own. So, I just want to say, I won't let you down, I promise. Thanks for being so accommodating. I may not ever be as great a knight as my father was, but I'll do everything in my power to find our goddesses. You can count on me. I hope you'll be able to count on us too. We're all in this together, you know. We'll be right here if you need us. Do not hesitate to return for any reason, and may the goddesses guide your path. Please don't forget, if the situation becomes dire, use the power of the crystal. Let it bring you back to safety. I will, and may the goddesses guide your path as well. Oh boy, feeling tired. Acquired Celestian Panacea. This looks like one of the holy artifacts of Ys. But why would the demons have it? Acquired Cerulean Labellum. A surge of power bursts forth from the artifact. Unicos granted use of the Whirlwind skill. Artifacts of Ys bestow mystical skills upon their bearers. Activating skills will launch various special attacks, overcoming obstacles. Certain skills can be used to negate magical traps or activate mechanisms, opening up new paths. Exploiting weaknesses. Some enemies are vulnerable to most attacks, but crumble under the might of certain skills. Normal attack dodge low, skill attack damage high. A Unica's Whirlwind turns her into a deadly gliding gale. Unica can move freely while in Whirlwind form and is dangerous to the touch. To use the Whirlwind skill, simply equip it, then activate it in-game with Circle. By activating the Whirlwind during a jump, you can glide through the air and greatly increasing the distance covered. The Whirlwind provides cover for Unica while radiating damaging winds in all directions, making it an ideal choice when surrounded by enemies. Skill charge. Charge your skill to unleash a much larger and more powerful Whirlwind attack. Charging after obtaining at least one emerald, press and hold circle for several seconds to charge, then let go to release. Whoa, I had no idea there was so much power in this thing. It's not really magic like Sorcerer's Cast, but it sure is close enough for me. I'll take whatever I can get. Okay. It's locked tight. It won't open without a key. What? What's happening? Where am I? It looks like a different room entirely. I guess that weird magic circle thing must have teleported me here. That's a pretty sophisticated trap for a bunch of demons. The crystal's power purified the demon statue. Alright, why don't we stop it there for now. This is audap watching ENG-Ys Origin on PlayStation, or running on PlayStation 5. This is the PlayStation 4 version. Of course, you can get this on the Switch as well, and they're virtually identical. You know, the PlayStation 4 slash PlayStation 5, or running it on PlayStation 5, you know, you get a slightly cleaner picture, just through the nature of the upscaling that the PlayStation 5 does, and the PlayStation 4 as well. But, you know, if you don't mind it looking just a little more soft, then the Switch version is just fine. Yeah, it's not the same kind of adventure that the other Ys games are. You know, this was kind of reduced in scope, so you're going to be traveling the floors of this tower over and over again. You know, and some of the same base floors. So it's going to feel a little repetitive in the first part of the game, but they do offer some interesting variety inside the tower, so you know, it's not a total slog. Although later on in the game, it does slow down quite a bit, just because you're, you know, exploring so many of the similar parts of the tower, you know, over and over again. But if you don't mind that, then it's a fun little action RPG. You know, again, the weakest probably of all the Ys games, but it's still really good. You know, because the Ys series is just you know, it's just that well done. So check it out, definitely. It's on sale for like $8. Certainly well worth that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.